Good morning. It is 7:50 a.m. on Monday, January 7th, 2019. I'm Christiana Ellis, and I almost forgot to record this video today. This is 5 more minutes. So, I woke up moving a little bit slow. Not so bad, but the only question in my mind was continue with my plan to go ahead and exercise or not do that. And I did. That's the good news, right? Is that I did make myself go and exercise anyway. But part of the hemming and hawing of that and the ultimate decision to do it took the place of what normally would be the time I record this video. And then I went and exercised, and then I showered, and then I said in the shower, oh, I haven't recorded the video yet. And so here I am, showered, contact lenses, still a little sweaty. It's good, though. I've been doing pretty well at exercising every other day here in the hotel for the last week or so. I'm proud of myself for that. I definitely have been meaning to do better with that sort of thing, but you have to make use of the resources available to you. And so here in the this hotel, there's a relatively small fitness room with just a couple of treadmills, a few dumbbells. I think I talked about this already. And so what I've been doing for my exercise is some cardio on the treadmill and then some free weights for the arm stuff. Going okay so far. I'm interested to see, though, because tonight will actually be my last night in this hotel, because we're going to switch to a different hotel, and I don't know what that one's going to be like. We'll see. My understanding is that it's supposed to be a little bit more like a suite with like a little kitchenette and stuff, which will be nice. But at the same time, I don't know what else will be different about it. You know, what will there be nearby there? What will there be in terms of breakfast? What will there be in terms of fitness room? I don't know yet. We'll have to see. So hopefully it'll all work out. So yesterday we had the session 0.5 that I'd been planning for the Space Casey RPG, which, as I think I've said before, is using the Bulldogs game system, which is itself an adaptation of the Fate core system. And so the session 0 typically is for character creation and world building, and I call this one a 0.5 just because we had everyone make those decisions for the most part already in advance. And so yesterday was more just about having everyone do it together as a group, kind of go over who their character was, why they made the decisions they did, talk about the system a little bit, and then start to flesh out the world a little bit. And I tell you, I'm really excited about all of the different story possibilities with this setup, because different game systems are suited for different kinds of stories. And so D&D obviously can be very flexible depending on how you run it, but the rules are kind of optimized around combat. I think I've talked about this in one of these videos already. But you can do more than just combat, but that's what most of the rules are focused on. And so D&D is kind of designed with the idea of telling sort of, adventure stories of, going off and fighting monsters and, defeating bad guys or good guys if you want to play an evil campaign or whatever. But, for example, what if you want your game to be a little bit more like a sitcom? D&D, not super great for that format, necessarily. Fate could be a little better. I don't know that we're making it quite like a sitcom, but certainly both Red Dwarf and Are You Being Served came up in terms of inspirations for this game that we're going to play. We haven't fully settled on a title for what this campaign is going to be, but one option is that I've thought about is Too Big to Fail, because they have the ship that they've settled on is this just enormous, gargantuan thing, big enough to deliver a space station in its cargo bay. And so just this huge thing with a tiny amount of crew on it is a fun idea. And so I'm excited. And so next, so the session 0.5 is on Twitch, and I'll get it onto YouTube sometime this week. And then we'll be playing our first session next week. As far as the podcast audio, what I'm thinking I might try for this one, because it's a little bit more of a consumable chunk, is that instead of just taking the straight audio from the video the way I usually do for these, I think I might try doing a slightly tighter edit of the audio for these, just to kind of see how that feels. We'll see how that goes. I might decide that's too much work. Anyway, we'll see. So in the meantime, I've got to get to work, so I'll talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes.